What's up, people of YouTube? Okay, so I got another one here today. It's my jet ski. It's a 94 Kawasaki XI Supersport. Sit down, two-seater jet ski. This is the carburetor on it, so I'm rebuilding the carburetor. I've already I've already started on it and cleaned it up, and but after I was doing it, I was like, I should have made a freaking video showing people how to do this. So, pretty simple. So anyway, this was a jet ski that I got from my family. So I'll show you a little bit here. So originally I took it over because no one wanted to spend money on it. So I said, okay, I'm gonna fix it myself. Shoot. So anyway, the engine had low compression on one cylinder, or two cylinders, but one of them was a lot lower. So it had a bunch of corrosion and gouging inside the cylinder wall. So we took out the pistons, took it out and cleaned it up. And then I took it to a local shop here in Southern California. They're out of Riverside, California, called DASA Motorsports, D-A-S-A. Check them out if you're out here. They bored this baby out, took it up about half millimeter overbore, bought me the kit, the piston kit, everything. Couldn't be happier. So I bought the carburetor kit separately, so here it is. So the kit that I got here, it's a twin carburetor, so we had to get, let's see, this is a Titan Performance Parts Kit, model number CB001. Yeah, so it's pretty much a universal kit. It comes with all the gaskets, the needle jet, and the different springs for it. So I already did one of them, so I'm going to show you a little bit here. So there's two sides of the carburetor. There's the fuel pump side. Now what the fuel pump is where the fuel comes in. So this side here, I kind of took this apart already, but this gasket will sit like this and sit down on there, and then this will go on top of that, and then you'll have a small gasket that sits inside this guy here, which sits on top of this. So when you would get here, you come like this. You take your 4 screws, Phillips head screws, pop them all out, all 4 corners, pop this baby up, get it out. This will come off, you'll peel this off, you'll put a new gasket and a new like Teflon material, it looks like. A new O-ring on this, on the inside of this area. What I would recommend you do is, there's 2 Torx head screws. I can't find my screwdriver kit. I don't know where it's at. And so anyway, it's a Torx head screw with a little security pin in the middle. Pull these 2 out. This whole thing will open in half. You see the little line there? So there's another one of these gaskets, these 2 gaskets underneath here. So you would just pretty much get that, pull it out, and then what you can do is when you look here, there's little flappers here. You want to make sure they're nice and tight. If you pull, I can't pull this off because if this is open, so on the back side of this screw, there's a nut. So this is the back side of this side underneath here. So if I took that out, the nut will fall off on the inside to show you. But anyway, you just want to take this thing out, clean, get this stuff right here, magic juice. Clean that all, spray it all, clean all these areas out, get all the corrosion and stuff. Clean the carburetor up. That's your goal, is to keep it clean. You know, last thing you want is a little tiny micro piece of buildup getting inside and clogging the jet. Okay, so once you do that, I would go in here and clean all this out, let it soak, just get everything clean, you know. Put it all back together. Remember, you got your rubber gasket first, then your Teflon gasket, your O-ring on top of this, set it in, tighten it down, boom, boom, boom. That's the fuel pump side. Okay, the other side, I'll pull this one apart and show you. So there's 2 of them on this side. Okay. So, I already pulled this apart too, so I'm going to show you. You got 4 screws here. Now these 2 are going to be the same. Okay? So they'll have the same kit. Now just remember, if you have the twin carb kit, you have to buy 2 kits because the packs only come with gaskets for 1 carburetor. Okay, we're gonna pull this off. Now this is all new. I already did this. So you got your plate here, your diaphragm gasket, your diaphragm pad, and your gasket. Make sure that you put this side down towards this thing here. Okay. Okay. Inside here is your fuel jet, not your fuel jet, your needle valve. So right here. So to get your needle valve out, which the kit will come with a new needle valve. There's a small screw here, and what this thing does is it holds in this T-bar. Okay. If the needle jet, I'm sure it's going to be clogged up in there, so that's your little needle jet. Now if you look, here's my old one here. I'll see if I can zoom in, but this is my new one, and that's my old one. See, what happens is the seat on the end of them, they get worn out, and if you see that worn out, you have to put a new needle in there, because what happens is inside this there's a housing. It's a little brass piece here. This is the housing for it. So the needle seats inside. Think of it like a little shut-off valve. As the thing goes up and down, it seals the hole where the fuel comes in. Okay, so I'm gonna put that out. This is my little lever here. This holds the needle valve tip. So when you put it back in here, make sure you do not bend this. This thing's set for your needle valve to ride at a certain point. So if it gets bent in any way, what happens is the needle valve won't seat and close properly, and then you won't get the right amount of fuel going into your carburetor. So don't bend that baby. And then underneath that saddle piece, there's a spring. I already got the new one in here. The kit that I got came with 3 different size springs. So you just pretty much look at each one and determine what the right size is. Okay. Then there's a screw right here in the center. What this does, it might be kind of hard when you pull it out, because see what happens here is this is the housing with the O-rings on here with the filter screen that the fuel comes in. That's where the needle valve seals and seats inside there. So it might get kind of junky when you pull it out. So just remember that. So keep this screw aside. Now underneath there's a gasket that rides inside this. Again, this is all new, so I'm just gonna put it aside. I already put it in. Now this is the thing that people don't ever look at when they say check your jets, clean your jets. If you look here, these little holes are all your carburetor jets. So those are what inject the fuel in there and pretty much make your unit run. So what I would do is get this stuff, soak it, man, freaking spray it in there. Just let it sit. Now there's 3 different size holes inside each one of them. Now I'll pull one out so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is your large jet here. And all there is a little flathead slot. Put it on. Don't over tighten it. Don't overdo it. Just get it out. Okay. Now what I do is when you pull each one out, best thing to do is put them in order so you know where they're at. Okay. Obviously that screws in there. So inside there, if you look down inside, you should be able to see light through. So what I do is I'll take a flashlight and I'll shine it to the back side. If it's clogged, then that's probably why your bike's not running, or your unit, your toy is not running, because there's fuel clogged inside there. Now that one's not too small. I mean, that was the larger size hole. So inside this one right here, these suckers are so small. I mean, you're talking like small guitar string size. What you need to do is shine a light in the back side of it and make sure that you can see light through it. If there's no light going through it, then they're clogged, and that's why you need to clean them out. Okay, so once you get that, I'm going to put this back in. Again, when you put this all back together, be careful. Last thing you want to do is strip threads or get debris in here. Then you're just like, man, what did I do? Okay, and you put it in there. Just come to a stop point and just put it in. Okay, now this part here, this guy comes out too. So there's little gaskets, O-ring kits that come in with those O-rings. They're in the kit. You pull this whole thing out, pop it in, put new O-rings on it. Boom, voila. Next thing, your check valves on your carburetor. If you look here, there's these little brass plates, okay? Let me show you. Okay, look inside here. There are 2 screws that hold the brass plate on. Inside here is a little plastic thing. Okay, that's your check valve. So this thing right here is what goes in. Now inside here, there are 2 more gaskets. I haven't done these yet. So there's a gasket here. We're gonna put that new one in because I forgot to put that in earlier. Okay, we're gonna put that in right now. Slide it in. Also, let's make sure that's all clean. Spray some magic juice. That's good stuff right there. Okay. Okay. Let's put that baby in. Okay. Now, we're going to put our plastic check valve piece back in there. It only goes in one way. You can obviously tell that. So, we're going to put that baby in. Oh, see, it went upside down. Be careful. You put that baby in. Okay. Then we're going to put our 2 screws back in with our little plate. I should change this upside down now. It's a smaller size. Okay. Same thing on this side. There's one here too. And underneath there, underneath that brass plate, there is a clear plastic one too. Okay. Get that. Put that right there. Let's get our gasket out of there too. Okay. Oh, see that broke? See that? Let's make sure we get all this stuff out of there. Let me turn this down a little bit so I can get it. I don't want nothing to get down inside there. So the middle is where the fuel goes inside there. The outside is just the screw of the gasket and screw holes. Okay. Okay, then we're going to take our other gasket here. Now, if you look there, it goes in one way. Boom. Wait. Oh. See what I'm talking about, man? There we go. Boom. Alright. Now, we're going to put our other one back in, the plastic piece. If you look at the pattern of the plastic, you can tell that clearly it goes in one way. See? Like that. Same thing with the metal bracket. The little shape on there goes in one way. Okay? And that's it on that side. Again, carburetor cleaner. Clean all this stuff out. If your carburetor is a 2-stroke like this one, it can build up a lot of garbage in there from oil and gas mixing over for years. So, okay, and then once we get that, I'm going to put it all back together. So, we're going to put this gasket back on here. Sometimes when they're new, they're a freaking pain, but get them in. Okay. Okay. I'll make this video faster. Okay, and then this guy's gonna go down. Okay, we're gonna put this guy back in here. Set it in. Once the gasket's all set level in there, we're gonna put our needle jet back in. Okay. Then we're gonna put our spring. Let's put new spring because the kit will come with a new spring and a new needle valve. Okay. Look inside, little dentions there. Okay, right there. Our lockdown screw for that. Now when you put this back in, look at this. You want to make sure that needle valve goes up and down. Okay? That's the goal. If it's stuck, you did it wrong. Okay, after we do that, we're going to take our screw here. Put that baby in. That'll hold it down, back down to the carburetor base. Okay. Then our diaphragm. Now when we get the kit, we're going to put a new gasket in first, or new diaphragm, and then a new kit. A new gasket. So diaphragm, then gasket. Now there's little dimples on here, so if you look, it's pretty easy to know how it goes in. So the goal is to see that. You want that to pop back up. See that? Bingo. Okay, we put that down. Then we put down our cap. Same thing with the cap. There's dimples on there too. 4 screws. And we're done. So that's pretty much just how to rebuild the gasket kit. So when it comes to adjustments in the carburetor, that's not something I'm going to explain today because that's something that is a little more work. So yeah, there we go. So this is a gasket kit for a 1994, I believe it's 94 to 96. I can't remember what years they made this. It's a 750 Kawasaki XI Supersport. So I hope you guys liked this video, found it useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate it. I'm trying to build it up a lot more. I'm trying to put more videos out. So the videos that I'm getting, I hope I'm helping people out. That's the whole point of YouTube. We all use the YouTube community is pretty cool. We all help each other out and so on. So, all right, well, cool. Thanks for having a good night watching me rebuild the carburetor, and have a good night. Like and subscribe to my channel. Woo! Yeah, like and subscribe, baby. And leave a comment too if you have any questions. All right, thanks.